who you think he is. It pains me to say it, but he's a dangerous nutcase. He claims to want to heal America, but his vision for our future is tainted by his endorsements of hateful conspiracy theories, and the fact that he is being funded in large part by donors aligned with Donald Trump. It's time to lift the curtain on a campaign based on false, irresponsible, and self-contradictory claims. RFK Jr. repeatedly promoted a right-wing conspiracy theory that chemicals in the water are turning people gay or transgender. He suggested COVID-19 was a bioweapon mysteriously designed to spare Jewish people.
COVID-19 is targeted to attack Caucasians and Black people. The people who are most immune are Ashkenazi Jews and Chinese.
He spent years spreading anti-vax lies.
I see somebody on a hiking trail with carrying a little baby, and I say to them, better not get them vaccinated.
And in his 2021 book, RFK Jr. alleged, with no plausible evidence, that Dr. Anthony Fauci performed genocidal experiments, sabotaged treatments for AIDS, and conspired with Bill Gates to suppress information about COVID-19. These are not the words of someone who is serious about leading, let alone healing.
You were 14, and then this huge tragedy, which actually touched the nation, touched you so deep. So suddenly you fell into drugs. Can you tell me?
Well, I wouldn't blame drugs on those tragedies. It may or may have not. I feel like I was born an addict. That I was born with an empty space inside of me. That I was an empty spiritual hole, and that a lot of addicts feel that way. I knew I didn't want to be taking drugs, and I didn't understand why I kept doing it. I had iron willpower in every other part of my life. I gave up candy for Lent when I was 13, and I never ate candy again until I was in college, and I gave up desserts for Lent the next year and didn't eat desserts until I was in college, and I was trying to bulk up I played sports in college, and I felt like I could do anything with my willpower, and I could not believe that it would not work against drugs. And I was shooting, I was doing intravenous heroin. That was my drug of choice from when I was 15. And I couldn't understand why I couldn't stop. The most demoralizing feature of addiction for me was that incapacity to keep contracts with myself. I would tell myself, okay, I'm never going to do that again at 9 o'clock in the morning. And I would say it honestly, sincerely, earnestly. And at 4 o'clock that afternoon, I'd be doing it. And I could not understand why that was happening. And, it's cunning, baffling, powerful. And, ultimately, I got, when I was 28, I got sober.
How did you make this decision?
Well, you know what? The thing is, I tried everything, but I did not try 12-step programs because for me, it would have seemed insane to go into a group of strangers and start talking about anything private. Because, the consequences for doing something like that in my position seemed, it just would have seemed, cataclysmic to do that. It would be in the papers the next day. This is what I would think.
Yeah.
I had the 12 steps are crafted to induce a spiritual awakening. It's not a religion. It's not a God. It's not there's no cosmology. There's no, ideology. It's intended to induce everybody to find their own path to their own version of God. And it worked very quickly for me. And as soon as that happened to me, I had a spiritual awakening a couple of months in. And that compulsion that I had just disappeared.